everyone, welcome back. It is officially Halloween season, at least for me. This is one of my favorite times of the year, Halloween and Christmas. So from now on, all the way into Halloween, almost every single video is going to have some kind of Halloween costume. So my videos, IG pictures, reels, Facebook. So I'm very excited for that. Today I am a baseball player. I know this is not normally how baseball players work, but this is the costume for it. I'm also kind of matching the Camry with my socks today because this is the existing paint and this is the same color it's going to be painted, which the same paint color, which I think I forgot to say that last time. But to today's video, we are going to be working on the Camry once again today. I got so many suggestions, a lot of advice from you guys in the previous video when it came to sanding. So I know a lot of the mistakes that I did, and we're going to fix those. So I did get an orbital sander, but the point of today's video is not to sand it just yet. So correcting my mistakes on that point right there, we're going to be removing all of the trim. So all of this trim right here, the Toyota Camry badges that seem to like bother a lot of people, and basically do that throughout the entire car. And then also I am going to be applying just painter's tape around these window trims just so they don't get scratched once I use the orbital sander to start sanding the car. So this should be a lot of fun. Hopefully these trims come out easily. So there were a few people that suggested that I use like a paint thinner on the entire car. That way it would kind of like be a shortcut a lot faster instead of just sanding the car. So to apply it all over the car and then leave the car outside for like some time and then the paint would come off. So I'm gonna try that experiment today, not on the entire car because I'm just a little nervous of what would happen, and also if I leave the car outside, I feel that they might tow my car because they'll be like, what is this garbage just out here like this? I'm going to try the paint thinner on the front bumper. So I feel like that's a big and small enough area where I don't know if anything might go wrong. At least it was just the front bumper and it's easier to fix or replace than the entire car. So we will be applying paint thinner all over this. I'm not just going to throw it here in this area. I'll obviously lay it out and then we can leave that for some time. I don't know if it'll be ready. I don't think it'll be ready by the end of this video, but I guess I'll give you guys an update in the next video after this one. But before we do this, let's start off by removing the trim off of the car. Okay, so first we're going to start off with the Toyota Camry trim. So we're just going to use a heat gun and a plastic tool. Hopefully that comes off easily, and then after that we can move on to the trim, and then again just like a plastic tool or something that can just pry it off. Again, hopefully it comes off easily. I feel like since this car is so old and I don't know the condition of it, some pieces like some trim pieces will probably end up breaking. We'll see. If they do, then you know what, so be it. I'll just get new pieces once after I paint the car and we're all the way down that step. I'm also going to remove these lights here on the side, which is just using a screwdriver, and I feel like that's pretty much it. Maybe something else comes along the way, but let's start off with the Toyota Camry trim and then we can move on to everything else. So that wasn't too bad. Everything came out pretty easy, which is a good thing, but some things did break as expected. But I mean, I guess I'll just replace that. Well, I have to just replace that once I'm ready, having painted the car, and we're far along in this process. But for those of you asking why I didn't remove the tail lights, let me just show you, because I feel like it's more of a pain and it's gonna take a lot longer. I think I'll do that next time, but not today. The reason why I won't be removing them today is because they both have this like black sticky glue. This feels like it's like these taillights are cemented on there. It's not really easy. I tried to take them off, so I'm just going to leave them on there for today, and then next time I'll work on removing those. So I'm just letting you guys know, because I know someone's gonna ask, well, you removed the badges, you're removing the trim, but you still left that. That's the reason. So now that we did that, let me show you how it looks. So this is it. It's coming along. So now all I need to worry about is removing the rest of the trim here. Then we can move along the sides of the doors. And then I think that we're pretty much done with the trim, which is really exciting because this is turning out to be a lot easier than I expected. Although a lot of things are breaking, but I mean, what else can I expect when it came to this old car? So we are done now with all of the trim off of the Camry. So the other side is done. So I'm just showing you here how it looks like. Again, that was surprisingly a lot easier than what I expected. However, this piece did end up, no, was it this one? No, this one right here. This piece did end up breaking. So some pieces again broke, but it's fine. I'll just replace it once we are done with the car, which hopefully that's I don't know, sometime really soon. So the next step is to place that painter's tape on that window trim all over the car. But before we do that, because I have a feeling like this next step is going to take some time, which is the paint thinner on the front bumper. So I think I want to do that first, so then I can at least show you guys some progress of it once I'm done with the painter's tape. So what I'll do right now is take this front bumper outside and then pour the paint stripper out there, just because I don't want to breathe in any fumes, and then just leave it there. Meanwhile I work on the rest of the car with putting the painter's tape, and then once we're done, then I can show you, hopefully there's some kind of progress here on the front bumper. And you know, I'm really interested. I'm interested if this is actually going to work. So let's do that, and then we can proceed on working on the Camry. I know that this is not the setup you're supposed to have when you're painting or doing any kind of body work. I know that they have like a, it kind of looks like a clothes rack where you would put the car parts. I don't have that because I don't usually do this. I don't go around sanding and painting cars. This is my first time, and probably will most likely be the last time. So I just figured it out here with boxes. So moving past the setup, I have my paint thinner and I also have my brush. So just going to start brushing it on, and then we will leave it there for a few more hours, or however long it takes me to put the painter's tape, and maybe, I don't know, a little bit more time, and then we can come back and see it. I don't know how long it's going to take to show something, so I think it may not show anything dramatic within the short time period, but we'll see. Either way, I can give you an update in like a future video, because once this is here for a few hours, I'll bring it in because I do have to go home. But let's go ahead and get this started. been like about an hour since I poured, well, since I brushed and poured also the paint thinner all over this. I don't know, did I do something wrong? Because it still looks the same. I also tried to use a sponge to remove the paint, so some of it was coming off, but not much. I did read that you're supposed to use something to scrape it off, but either this is, I need to wait longer, I didn't put enough, I didn't get the right tools, I don't know, but this is how it looks like. It looks like a wet bumper now. So I'm a little bit confused if I did this process right, or I'm just not letting it soak in like as long as it should be. Was I supposed to use like a different paint stripper, like a different paint thinner? For those of you that have done this before, let me know. Or instead of a sponge, something else specifically that I need to use in order to scrape off that paint. I don't know. I did this as an experiment too, because I'm like, you know what, okay, that sounds like a lot easier and faster than just sanding the car, but I must be doing something wrong. So just let me know in the comments below if I need to use something else, if I need to wait longer, or if I need to scrape it with something else other than a sponge, which I'm thinking that's probably the case, or maybe I just got the wrong product. Anyways, let me know in the comments below. We're pretty much done with removing all of the trim off of the car. I did also add the painter's tape all over, so I didn't record that just because it's pretty easy. It's just very time consuming and annoying, and to get all the edges, it's just a lot. But now the car is ready without any of the trim to now keep on sanding. One more question. So I did remove all of this trim. So some of it was plastic, some of it had glue. So you see all of this residue right here that's like throughout different areas of the car. Is that something that will just come off? I was assuming, okay, I'm just gonna sand the car and it'll just come off. So is that something I need to leave on there and then I can just remove it with the sanding? Or do I need to pour some solution on there and then remove this glue residue first and then sand the car? I don't want to make another mistake again, so just let me know. I would say this was a good video. We made progress. We took off all of the trim, the tape, painter's tape. I also did that experiment with the front bumper that seems to have gone wrong, but I guess you guys will let me know what I did wrong or if I need to try something else. Now the car is prepped for sanding, and like I said before, I did listen to a lot of suggestions that you guys gave me, so I did get an orbital sander and I got other tools. So we will try it now this way. So that's going to be the next video. I feel like this video, it was easy, but it was time consuming doing all of these things. So I'm excited to now try sanding with this different method and see if it works better, if it's faster. Who knows? I'll let you know. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.